Welcome, everybody. This is actually the first of many different of lives I'm going to be doing Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Carey. I am a psychic medium and a mentor, and I have been teaching psychic mediumship development and healing for a lot of years. And so I have been on both on TikTok and also on, in general, working with clients for years. And so I really thought it was about time that I start doing a regular, I would say 3 times a week live stream. And so during this live stream, what we're going to be doing on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays is we're going to be, first of all, just really connecting as a community. I am going to be tapping into the energy of what the collective who comes into the live stream needs for that day, for the time that we're looking at. But it also will be a timeless offering, because if we look at energy and spirituality on we have to understand that in the spiritual world, there is no time or space. So that means that anytime you connect with the information, whether it be the message or the healing or the reading, you are going to be receiving that. And so it doesn't really matter, even if you watch this on the replay, this will be something that you'll be able to tap into at any time. Now, certainly when I'm on the tube of you, good morning, Ashley. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. So I am just getting my live started. If you are new, please feel free to say hello. I want you to feel comfortable and that you can say hello and interact. And I'll tell you guys more about what we're doing. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Carey Koss. I am a medium. I'm a mentor and a healer, a spiritual teacher. And I'm starting a new series, which will be done every week. Good morning, Luna. How are you? It's good to see you. So I'm going to be starting a new, really a weekly, 3 times a week live stream, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, where we gather together as a community. And good morning, Lotus and Light. How are you? I love your profile picture. I love your hat. So I'm going to be starting this live stream. And so make sure that you guys check the notifications, because I'm going to be going live at the same time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you're brand new to my work, feel free to just take time and ask questions. Some people already know me, of course, because I've been coming onto the apps for about 4 years now. And so, but I'm going to start a consistent series so people can really enjoy and take advantage of the energy healing that I do, the channeled messages that I work with, and then how you can integrate this into your daily life. So that is my intention. So what we're going to be doing today, just to let you know, and feel free to just put an emoji into the chat, or you can just say hello or let me know where you're coming from so I can say welcome you into the space. And again, my name is Carey Koss. I am a psychic medium, an energy healer, and a spiritual mentor. And so what we're going to be doing in the space, hey, Tanya, welcome in. Hello, Spicy Tammy, welcome in. So what we're going to be doing, this will be on Mondays and Wednesdays, every Monday and Wednesday. Thank you for joining my fan club. That means a lot. If you guys do want to help me out with gifts, good morning. Doing the daily Heart Me is one of the best ones for us. And also, if you want to participate, you can also just keep tapping the screen. And then there's also a really good one that's here it's the Go Popular one. You can replace that instead of sending a rose. That would be super helpful. So, but anyway, so what we're going to be doing during these sessions on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to be tapping into the collective of what we need to know for this time when you're coming into the space. So it would be what you as a collective are probably working on. There'll be guidance for like how to release things, how to integrate things. Hi, Tammy, good to see you. How to release energies, how to connect with your intuition, and just in general, we're going to be working as a group. So you'll definitely want to come back and make this maybe a weekly thing that you do. So again, Monday and Wednesdays, it's going to be at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Fridays is at 5. So I am a psychic medium. I do readings. That's part of what I do. That might be part of it. And certainly that'll be something that we do together. But primarily what we're doing is we're going to be tapping in and doing healing work and connecting you in with your information, your intuition. So as a note, if you're interested, I'm also live on the Tube of You. So if you want information about that, so if you can come into this chat, you're more than welcome. The information is right where my picture is. Also, if anybody does really at the end of this hour want to get a reading, all the information can be found right here where my picture is, or also if you're on the Tube of You, the information is on the ticker tape. So it's really up to you. So thank you guys very much for tapping the screen and sharing the live. I'm going to just quickly share this with a few of the people that I work with, but please welcome in, get comfortable. We are certainly here to create community, fellowship, friendship, and a safe space where you feel like you can get support and guidance. And just a place where you can get healing. That's really my intention for this work. It's very important to me. And if you have questions about anything I do, please let me know. So I do have several things I do, which we will talk about throughout the live stream. So feel free. And also if you're here, if you're joining me here on the Tube of You, please feel free to say hello whenever you feel comfortable. I'm excited to get to know you. Again, my name is Carey Koss. I'm a medium. I'm a mentor, a healer, and also a teacher. So what I'm going to be doing is every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday, like clockwork, I'll have a schedule on both of these apps, on the Clock app and on the Tube of You. And I'll be letting you know, we'll be coming live at the same time, so you can always count on this. And also, if you are able to watch it live, you can watch it on the replay on the Tube of You. Okay, so I'm going to just jump right in, and feel free to feel comfortable, ask questions, interact. I love that, and I want everyone to feel as though this is a safe place where people can come and just tap into the energy. I know a lot of people are very busy in the morning, but I also think it's a great time when people are spending either even if they're working, they can have this on in the background, or they can connect in maybe while they're getting ready in the morning or what have you, right? Depending on where you're at. So feel free to let me know in the comments if you're able to give me an emoji about how you've been feeling over the last week. I'm going to tap in and tell you what my guides have been giving me as of late for where we are now. So Luna says, currently working, but I have this in the background. No, do not apologize. If I'm even in the background, I'm so excited about that. So thank you so much for being here. That means a lot to me. And I'm excited. This is going to be something consistent. So this is just a place you can tap in. So I don't want you to feel like you have to every now and then. An emoji is so awesome. And I love that sort of thing. So feel free to tap in. So people are letting me know how they've been feeling in the comments with their emojis. And that's what I would love to see. So we have some smiles. We have some people who look a little distressed, some people that are challenged, some sadness, things like that. So I want to really address what I see going on for the collective. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome into the Tube of You. So excited you're here. Thank you for commenting. Welcome in again. My live streams, just to repeat it again a few times while I'm getting started, right? This is now my regular schedule live stream for at least an hour. Fridays are always longer. Mondays, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Wednesdays, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Fridays, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure to put that in your calendar. We will be here, so we'll be there. Lots of release and purging. That's what I'm seeing here in the comments. That makes a lot of sense. Lilia! Oh my gosh, everybody's coming in. I'm so excited. Okay, good. So I want to let you know. So one of the things we'll be doing here is I'm going to be relaying to you what my guides give me, because I work with collective energies a lot with my clients, my students, and in general for my own practice. And so this is what I'm getting right now as we speak. And even if you're watching this on the replay later, if this resonates, you can take it. Because after all, there really is no time or space on an energy level. There is no time or space on a spiritual level. Hello, Yessie. Good morning. Okay, before I get started, I'm going to make sure I send this out to some more friends just to make sure we're all on the same page. And I think we are. So this is amazing. So anyway, here's what I want to say to a lot of you. really I would say the last month, which would have been August 2025, there was an immense amount of purging. Hello, sweet fairy fairish. I love your name. Love it. So good. So good to see you. So people are definitely struggling last week. I think it was a toughie. I think last month was tough. And I also want to say, I feel as though this month is going to be different, September, but I'm going to tell you what I've been getting. So we'll see what everybody feels. And again, take what resonates for you. It's always the most important to really follow your own intuition, what you're getting. Your main experience may not be the same as everyone in the collective. Good morning, Jana. How are you? Good morning, Amy, USA. Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited everybody's here. We're just getting the live stream started. So thank you for saying hello. I'll do my best to try and make sure I connect with all of you. If I miss a comment, bear with me while I'm getting started. I'm looking at two screens. Good morning, Alicia. So here's what I want to tell you. I'm going to tap into the energies. I'm going to kind of let you know what my guides have been giving me. See if this is true for you. If not, please feel free to release it. In the month of August 2025, as I'm here today, what my guides told me in the beginning of August is that it was going to be a very challenging month on a physical level. I said this the other day in my live stream. And what I mean by physical level, quite literally, is people are going to be having some, I have to watch what I say, physical challenges, right? So maybe we're having tweaking in our back. Maybe we have an issue with a hip. Maybe we have something in our neck, our shoulders. Maybe we even have a little bit of an accident, literally an accident, things like that. And so when they told me that, they basically said, get ready, because why is this happening? And this is if you are really, you relate with being on your spiritual path. So if you are consciously on your spiritual path and you are doing the work, growth, ascension, if you can claim that as yours, this will probably something you're aware of. If it's not your path, that is okay. Maybe you're newer and coming to this work, and that is okay. But this is sort of what I say when I'm talking to a collective. It's usually my collective that I'm working with, or people that are on their path. They're people that are taking responsibility. Good morning, Jeannie. How are you? They're on their path. They're taking responsibility for their own consciousness, their own growth, development. They're not necessarily trying to find the answers in something that distracts them. They're willing to get in. So this is usually my collective. So if you feel that to you, that's great. Because if you go onto any of my work, my page, all my readings are based upon self-reflection and what's coming in, things like that. So that means I'm going to be helping you. The hope is working with your spirit guides, your ancestors, your own intuition, and also being able to activate your awareness. So anyway, as we're talking about the energy of last month, which is August, friends, what we would have noticed possibly is we had some physical things going on, possibly for some of us or those around us. And the reason is this is because many of us are purging and releasing a lot of the old, I'll like to say, programming that leaves us more in the dark. We were releasing old soul contracts, which kept us in negative loops. We are moving towards a more alignment with our soul's purpose for this lifetime. It doesn't have to be dramatic, remember that. And then also we're moving in more squarely in touch with our deepest part of our heart space, which is that we're not distracting ourselves as much with other things that are separate. Now, your spiritual path, everybody, does not have to be something that is this big mission that you accomplish where you are on a stage teaching people or, guiding the masses, writing books. That is not necessarily what most of us are here to do. Most of us, what we're here to do in this lifetime is to really recognize our own light and our own divinity, and then move from that place. But it starts with an intimate relationship with yourself, with your heart, with your soul, and how that runs through your awareness on a daily basis. So you'll notice I do very deep work with my clients and students when it comes to We work in the Akashic records. We do past life healing. We work with our guides. We connect with goddesses, deities, things like that. We do all of that work. But at the same time, we really work on just the daily practices, right? Because if you can't do it in a daily practice, it's not necessarily going to be effective in your life. It doesn't matter how grandiose it sounds. So that's what we're working on. So August was really about releasing a lot physically. Thank you for joining my fan club. That really helps me, guys. If you guys can join the club or do your daily heart me, that really helps me a lot. So thank you. That kind of gets me out there on the FYP. And if you guys are, if you guys happen to be on the YouTube of you, if you could be so kind, if you feel aligned with my work, to subscribe and just watch one of my videos all the way through. That really helps my channel a lot because I'm working consistently on that. So if you have any questions, let me know. And also, if you're on TikTok, if you guys want to ask me any questions later, you can always go to the Service Plus, which is down in the left-hand corner. So welcome in. So anyway, we are talking initially about energy, right? So we're talking about healing. We're talking about we are moving through some of the obstructions that are been. Thank you so much for that, Alicia. I appreciate you. Love that. Thank you for that gift. So anyway, that's what we're talking about. Okay, so now what are we doing in September then? So what does that leave us when it comes to September? Well, September is also going to be really interesting. So what I've been getting, and then we'll definitely do a channeled message, and I'll pull some cards for everybody. We'll probably do, hello, Holly. We're probably going to be doing some kind of a healing together today, so you can enjoy that. I usually do a guided energy healing of some type for all of us. And even if you're busy, you can just be open to receive it and see what you can get. And then you can go with just, connecting in when you can. So don't worry, even if you're busy. Good morning. I love it, Miss Ma'am. Hi, Ruth. So what we need to know is that for the month of September, thank you for joining my fan club. I really appreciate that, my love. Thank you. So what we need to know about September is we think that, okay, we've shed this energy, right? We are moving forward on our path, but all of a sudden now, this is the big thing my guides are telling me, is to slow down. They're saying, just because you have released something doesn't mean you need to merge into getting everything figured out. That is a way of that's the old way of doing things, which is much more like I would say that overactive masculine. Oh my God, I forgot to write. I need to message you back about that, Ruthie. I totally listened to that and I forgot to reply. So I have not forgotten. Don't worry. So anyway, what I want to say is that really, you've been purging in August, and then in September, what we need to know is that we need to get back to doing something which is more aligned with the sacred feminine, which is following our flow of energy, our flow of intuition, and getting familiar with ourselves. We don't have to create these big moves, right? We don't necessarily, okay, good. We don't have to create these big moves, which keep us, propelling us forward yet again. So we want to stay in alignment. So that's what we're going to be doing today's work together on. Okay. So what I want you guys to reflect on, even if you're busy, if you're in the middle of doing dishes or you're running out the door or you have people with you or you're not able to do this, I want you to just think about right now ways that you perpetuate a disconnection with your intuition. So what are ways that you maybe busy yourself when it comes to your daily life? How do you push yourself in a way that isn't in harmony with what your highest good is? And what does that look like for you? So, and when you're starting your day, like we're starting our day today, do we just jump out of bed and start moving? Or do we sit back and kind of check in, connect, thank our guides, and just open up to our energy? Do we go right to our phone, keeping ourselves pulled off our path? So one of my goals here to do this regular 3 times a week live stream is that so we get back to just ourselves in a simplistic way, connecting with our intuition, healing what's just making us off balance, and then being able to really hear our inner knowing and connect with our spirit guides. Because one of the things that the guides tell me, I know, I love it. And I know you have little ones at home, Holly. A lot of you guys have little babies. I am not in that stage in my life anymore. And I don't wish it. I mean, it's a tough time. It's a beautiful time, but it's a challenging time to find time for yourself. So really my hope is that we find little moments of light so we can connect, because my guides keep saying to me, it's simple. It's simple. It's not meant to be complicated, right? So this is what it's about. It's simple practices. So I want you to think about if you feel maybe pulled off in your mornings to start jumping out of bed and getting busy. What we want to think about is like maybe doing things like not having our phone right next to our bed. Or maybe we put a reminder on our nightstand of peace or connection or gratitude, something that connects us in automatically with our guides and our intuition. And so if you think about that, at the essence of that, you know, it would be that we're starting our day with light. We're starting our day in alignment with spirit. Okay. So we're going to do a little exercise now, and you can do this with your eyes open. So I'm going to leave my eyes closed. You can just listen to this in the background and allow it to wash over you. It will still be effective. Okay. So I'm going to just do a little healing for everyone. And this is just it. You can just be open to receive it. I'm going to let you know what I'm seeing and sensing. Alyssa, I'm going to let you know what I'm seeing and sensing and feeling. And if this resonates for you, fantastic. Again, hello. If you're just joining us, I'm so excited to see everybody, both on the tube of you and also on TikTok. I'm so excited to be here. Again, if you don't know me, my name is Carey Koss. I'm a medium, I'm a mentor, and a teacher. And this is the series I'm starting. I will be live streaming every Monday, every Wednesday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for 1 hour. And Fridays, I'm always live streaming at 5 p.m. That's a longer session, okay? So make sure you put it in your calendars, okay, and remind yourself. You can have me on in the background. Some of my favorite creators that I love, they're healers and mentors. I have them on in the background when I am working, so it works well. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to check in. If you receive this, just put I receive in the chat or put your favorite emoji, either one. Amber, good morning. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to just check in. I'm going to do a scan of the collective energy field, your aura, your chakras. I'm going to see what is collectively probably coming up for many people, and to help you guys sort of dislodge some of that, if that makes sense. We can do this together. And it just by you being open to receive, we can start this process. Now, just a quick note, healing sometimes isn't necessarily a permanent fix when you come into a live stream and you get a little bit of an adjustment like this. More so, it's more effective if we can go into like where the source is, and that type of work I do. Thank you. That type of work I do. Now, certainly if you're already a healer and you're working on yourself, you can also work with these energies. We will talk more about this at length later. So stay tuned. I did also want to let everybody know that I have a free workshop coming up the last Saturday in September. You can go to my picture and find it and register. It is a free Akashic Records experience. Thank you so much, Alyssa. I love that. Thank you for the gift. It's a free Akashic Records experience with me. I am an Akashic Records teacher, trainer, reader. So if you're wanting something more, this is really effective. That's, as we spoke about, going to the root of something. When you're working in the Akashic Records and you go to the plane of the higher self and that energy template of yours, that's when you really go into those deeper places where you can look at where the source of disconnection patterns originate from. But let's begin today. Okay, so if you say you receive, thank you, or put an emoji in the comments. That's amazing. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to be looking again at the collective template. And if it doesn't resonate for you, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You do not need to claim it if it is not yours, but this is what we're getting. So what I'm hearing from my guides is right now, many of you have an energy in your third chakra that you are working on trying to release. I'm going to explain it. If this makes sense, claim it. And if it's not yours, do not take it on. Okay. What I'm seeing is the third chakra, as we know, that's the power center. Hello. That is the power center of our energetic field. That is where our life force energy is distributed from in the physical body. Okay. Third chakra, it's at your solar plexus. The color is perfect. Thank you guys. The color is yellow. So, and you don't, whether you see that or not, it doesn't matter. This will be something specifically I will tell you that when you're learning to, this is something I train my students with, when you're learning to look at and read the chakras, you may not see anything, but you may sense it. So please let yourself be with what it is. So what I'm seeing in the third chakra is that we are trying to understand ourselves and understand our own power. And we're trying not to be controlling. That's what I'm seeing. So many of you are very self-aware, and many of you can really sense energy. Many of you are already healers. Many of you are already working as readers, and right. But the problem is in the third chakra, many of us are aware that we don't want to be on an imbalance with our masculine energy. But we also don't want to flounder in being repressed when it comes to our feminine energy. And I don't look at this as gender. I look at this as yin and yang. That is the same thing. So what does this mean for you right now? Okay. What we can look at in our own energy field right now is that when we're trying to balance out a part of our awareness, a part of our consciousness, and how we run our energy, one of the things that my guides always say to me is sit back in your energy and imagine you're in the center of your physical body. That's where your awareness is, in the center of your body. Okay. And then what you want to do is you just want to, be observant of your grounding. So you want to imagine that you have a really strong grounding cord that goes from the base of your spine down through the layers of the earth until it gently connects on to the center of the earth. You don't have to see it. You can just postulate it or will it or intend it. And then once it gets to the base of or the center of the earth, it's going to just naturally open and expand your aura. You will feel the connection and the strength of that connection. This gives you a certainty and an ease in surrendering to spirit, because the earth, the celestial realm, everything around us is connected to divinity. And so if your intention is I'm connecting with benevolent highest source energy, that is giving you somewhere to ground your energy. It's just like having when you know you're in the arms of a loving person, parent, you can let go. Is that right? Does that make sense? Okay. So one of the things we want to be aware of and train ourselves to be aware of is that the way we learn to let go and have balance is by trust. We begin to trust spirit. We begin to trust divinity. We begin to trust the universe, right? Because we have thought for millennia that we're on this island ourselves, doing it all ourselves. And that's the way we've been trained, is to be disconnected from the divine, from the just monumental, energy of divinity, which is all around us, right? Timmy, which is all around us. And if we are trying to be on this rock all by ourselves and dominate, thank you for joining my club. If we're trying to have a dominating energy, we will not be in harmony with our own divinity and with spirit. Do you see what I'm saying? So I want you to feel into what it feels like to be held in the arms of spirit through Mother Earth, Gaia. You can say Pachamama, whatever you relate to, hitting home. And we can say, help me take this load. If you're feeling a lot of burden, if you're feeling a disconnection, If you're feeling as though you are carrying the weight of the world in your aura, you do not need to do it anymore. And you can tell yourself, I release with ease. I release with ease. I release with ease. My purpose is found by connecting with divinity. You see, divinity, you're part of a greater collective, which is the divine. And if you're part of a greater collective, which is the divine, which is spirit, then you are, everything around you is supporting that. The illusion comes and the distortion comes when we believe we are not connected to spirit, when we believe we are separate. So what, and there are times when we all need to find our guides. We all need help from spirit. We all need, that's why we're doing here 3 times a week, creating at least a space you can come to consistently where you can know what it feels like to be held in with the divine. You can feel your template, your energy, yourself will feel that connection, because you'll go, oh yeah, I remember what's it like to let go. It's not me that's doing it. It's not any person. It's you letting go and being held by spirit. So remember that. The world and the matrix wants to chew us up and spit us out, because that is the paradigm, that is the template. And so what we want to do is to move into ease and to flow and to understand that spirit is all waiting to hold you. And that's why in the morning, what we were talking about, when you wake up in the morning to start your day, no matter how busy the agenda is for the day or who's depending on you or what you have before you, take a moment to say thank you to spirit and please hold me today. Let me know how I can work in flow with you. And when you do that, your aura, your energy field opens up and you align yourself with that template. Now, do we have work to do to heal, transmute, release, align, connect? We do. We do. And that's where we go towards those things that really give us, we feel led to go to it in a direction with healing or development or personal practices that align for us. And remember, no 2 people have the same exact blueprint. No 2 people have the same template. No 2 people. So your way is the right way. And so just opening up your energy and aligning with that frequency is going to just put you at ease in the right positioning and the right place. Okay. If this makes sense to you, just put an emoji in the chat. I am going to channel my guides and just see what the message is for today. Remember, please set your alarm, set your priority to know. Again, we'll be coming and doing this template work again on Wednesday. Monday, Wednesday, the same time. Friday is more in depth, 5 p.m., where I do a whole bigger show. Okay, it's a show essentially. So I'm going to just see what the guides have to say today. And then also, what do we have going on? So again, as a reminder, we are just, who saw that full moon last night? Oh my goodness, that full moon. And then we are in an eclipse. So this is a really good time to start having that celestial energy, right? To be, wasn't it beautiful, Amy? I know, it was incredible. That energy is a part of what we can use at our disposal. The planets, they're not just a distant energy off somewhere. They are part of the fabric of the divine. Remember that. And you can work in concert with those energies to healing, transformation, and growth. So we want to think about that, right? How can we do that? Also, in your daily practice, whatever your spiritual practice might be, maybe think about, what are simple things I can do that I love that keep me connected? It was so beautiful. Is it that I pick up something? Is it that I have a certain kind of tea? Do I pull cards in the morning? I love doing that myself. Do I light a candle and give thanks? Do I, maybe water my plants outside? What gets me connected? What feels right for me? right? Also, you want to start, as you're opening up your energy field and you're talking to your guides, you want to ask them, hi, Karen, how are you? What is my, give me a symbol for this moment, this time, which makes me know you're here. So one of your guides will let you know. So lately, my specific symbol that I've been getting from my guides, because I like to talk about my experience, because I'm on my journey just like you are, was that I will see very distinct things with owls. Like I'll see owls everywhere. So, but also a lot of live owls, or, not just out pictures of owls. That's been a symbol for me. So if you have a symbol your guides have been giving you, please drop it in the comments and let me know what your symbol has been, because this is part of, again, it animates and it connects our spiritual practice to our everyday life. It's not just a distant thing that we do on the weekends, right? This isn't church, right? This isn't church. This is life. Our birds, hummingbirds. We have a lot of birds over here on TikTok. Hummingbirds, birds, feathers. I love it. That's amazing. We love our messengers from our winged friends, right? We love that. Love the feathers. Love the birds. Those are huge. Lilia says feathers as well. Feathers is unanimous. Those are a gift. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. So, and that's funny because I'm very drawn to using my card deck that has a lot of animals. I think we can agree. This group loves animals. Cranes. I saw a crane yesterday, Ashley. And then, Christy says bumblebee. Yes, I love bumblebees. Oh my gosh. And bumblebees is also the divine feminine, just so you know. Bees are definitely the divine feminine. Okay, and the sacred feminine, which we will talk more about on this page. I don't know for me, but I see a lot of spiders, but I am so scared of them. Well, I know, I get that. Spiders can seemingly be, I know I love bees too. Butterflies for Amy. Okay. One thing we want to know about spiders are like snakes. They've been very much demonized over time. And I think if we think about what is the anatomy of a spider, is that they create webs, they create connection, right? And we are in fact disconnected, and we need to create our own web, right? It's like, this is what part of why I'm doing this is that we create a consistent community. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a community person, and knows that if we are going to anchor our true nature into our daily lives, we can't do it alone. We need community. Holly says she loves crows. Alyssa says bees. I love that. Right, friends? So this is something that I want you guys to think about, in the sense of, how can I stay connected? Because our symbols, our signs, our feathered friends, our spiders, our snakes, our crows, our bees, they all keep us connected. We are being constantly talked to by the spirit world and the universe, but our heads are down, and we need to change that dynamic. Okay, let's see what the spirit world says to us today, friends. Let's see what the message is. I also kind of want to let a couple people know, once I do this reading, what I have coming up. What I have coming up. And if you're joining me on the tube of you, I'm so excited you're here. If you feel comfortable, feel free to put your name in the chat. I will not embarrass you, I promise. Hi, Jamie. How are you? So good to see. Thank you for the gift. But you can also just hang out and wait until you get to know me. I understand. It's the internet. But anyway, I want to say welcome, and so glad you're here. Again, just to introduce myself to those of you joining, my name is Carey Koss. I am a psychic medium and a spiritual mentor. Priscilla, that's such a beautiful name. I'm a psychic medium and a spiritual mentor. And thank you for the popular. Oh, if you can send me those mean so much to me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So if you guys are wondering, who is this lady? My name is Carey Koss. I'm a psychic medium and I'm a mentor. Thank you, Tammy. And I do a lot of things, but on right now, what you're seeing is I am doing 3 times a week. I'm doing a live stream, And it will be on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Fridays, I do a longer one for 2 hours about, where we do at 5 p.m. So make sure you come back and see me or sign up for the notifications in the way that they come. It's so good to meet you guys. Chastity, thank you for the gifts too, Soul Light. Thank you, Tammy, everybody. So, and if you have questions, really what I'm here to do, I am an educator. I'm a teacher. I do readings. I really invest in my clients, my students. Oh, I'm so glad you've been watching the videos. That means so much to me. I'm so glad. Thank you for the heart me. So I've been on my path for a really long time, and I'm very grounded and down to earth in my approach. But I also really deal with the things you're probably wondering about, like ascension, your spirit guides, working with the angelic realm, deities, healing. I work in the Akashic Records. So, but I'm also work as a priestess and with the sacred feminine. I try not to overwhelm everybody as they get to know me, but all those will be infused to the work I'm doing. And thank you for the follows. So, and what I'm here to do though on these live streams is to create, first of all, community, to give you ideas about healing, to tap into the collective energies, what's going on in general, to give you help, guidance, and understanding, so you can have connected into your spiritual practice for healing, manifestation, intuitive development. So that's what I do. I also do offer readings, but mostly what we're doing here is focusing on your healing, your development, and creating a community so you can get to know people. Because one of the important things about going through your ascension journey is that having safe places where you can come and connect with people, have conversation, maybe get ideas. And so you don't feel isolated and disconnected, because there's so many of us that feel isolated and disconnected. And this is one of the reasons I do this. I also do have a membership, yes, called Goddess Rising. More about that later, but that's what we're doing. So right now we're pulling in, what do we need to know today? The live stream, again, starts at 8 a.m., goes until 9 a.m. Eventually, that might go to like 9:30, but we'll see. Today, I have other things going on after this, so I won't be doing that. But we're going to just see, what do we need to know? This is going to be for the beginning of the week, and what do we need to know? Okay, what's going to serve us the best? Again, this is for really if you're on your spiritual path. Okay, what do we need to know? So I'm letting you know there's some challenging energy here that's being shown to me. So what we're going to be really talking about, how do we work with challenging energy? Okay, how do we, in our growth and our development and our healing journey, how do we work with challenging energy so we stay in alignment and we learn and we grow, right? We're not just covering things up. We're not just saying something magical is going to happen. We're really doing the work. Let me show you the cards I pulled. Again, we're really working with animal themes. This is the Two of Pentacles. I'll show each of you, but it's in reverse. Okay, and then we have the Five of Swords, challenging cards. I'm going to walk you through this. Again, I'm all about giving you real practical ways you can work with these challenging energies. So the Two of Pentacles, first of all, if you're new to tarot, I'll give you bits of education. If you already know a lot about tarot, this will be confirmation. So first of all, when I'm looking at a pair of two cards, we are understanding that these cards they work together. That's the intention of when they're next to each other. They're working together or they're opposing each other. Okay. Yeah, so if you want to get on the list, Melancholy, hang tight. I might stay for a few paid readings. I'm happy to do that. I have a little bit of time, but also note I have other times when I go live as well. So hold tight. So these are collective for the moment. So here's what I want to say. Two of Pentacles in reverse means that, so the number two typically is when we have a choice to make and we're looking at balancing things, right? The number two, it's duplicitous. It's saying, here's something and here's something else. Are we making a choice? So when we're in the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and the pentacles are earth energy, where it's something substantial. It could be finances, but also could be something you're building, something you're trying to have happen. But it's next to the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is an energy of conflict. This can be an inner conflict, which is mental, right? or an outer conflict. So you might have people in your environment that are making it feel like it's difficult for you to move on, make a choice, and to get a clear answer, a clear guidance, clear like pathway forward. All right. So that's the thing that I'm noticing here. So how can we move into this being in alignment, which is what we've been talking about, and then into our heart space and to being grounded, which is what we talked about in the beginning. Thank you for the follow. What we want to understand with that is that where we're going to get our answers is not going to be found outside of us or in our heads. It's going to be found in our intuition. How do we connect with our intuition when it feels kind of murky? I'm going to be training you guys here in this group. If you're newer to intuitive work, because I'm talking to people of all levels, which I love, all levels, having something that really connects you to your intuition, you don't have to do years of practice for this. I want you all to do one of two things if you're starting out. If you get clear messages internally, wonderful. If you do not, then I'm going to be working with all you guys on this, okay? During these lives, I'm going to be laying down the education in little bits that I give my private clients and my people in my memberships and my courses, okay? Your body, your system acts really as a conduit for the truth. We've just gotten disconnected from it. So what we want to think about doing, friends, and you've probably heard about these before, is I want you guys to go get yourself a pendulum. You can buy a pendulum that is very inexpensive. You can get one that has a little more. I like it with a clear quartz because it's a conduit for what I've programmed it to be, which is clarity and alignment with my guides. And what we want to do with this, I'll give you guys more education as we go on about how to use the pendulum. The pendulum is like a really great way to get answers. So again, we're looking at the week. We're saying we have conflict and we feel stuck somewhere. So how do we get an answer about how to move forward? Well, we get that by saying, I am connecting with my highest intuition and my guides. And I'm getting benevolent, clear messages, right, for the highest good. You just bought one last week. All right, Christy bought her pendulum, okay? And so what we're doing is we're going to ask it. We're going first, if you don't have a pendulum and you're just starting out, no problem. If you've done it a bunch, great. If you don't need one, great. Just I'm starting with people that maybe don't know, and so I'm educating for that, and I'm reaffirming what you guys already know. So you want to, when you first get your pendulum, you want to make sure to cleanse it, and you can do that by taking some incense. That my preference would be copal. That copal is an amazing incense you can get. It's very cleansing, very clearing, or cedar, right? You want to, when you first get your pendulum, this is what you want to do. You want to light the incense and you want to move it several times counterclockwise and just say, I'm releasing any energies that are connected to this pendulum, releasing them, bringing them to a clear frequency. And then you take the incense and you go in the clockwise manner and you say, I'm programming this only for the highest, greatest good. Only benevolent beings can connect with me here for my highest good. That's it. Very simple. Then once you have gotten to the point where you're like, okay, I can do this, you're going to take your pendulum. I'm postulating. And you want to, my preference is I can't do this because of the way the camera is. I imagine my elbows are on the table if you can. And you're going to learn with your pendulum how to get a yes and how to get a no. So because you've programmed it and you have set your intention, you're going to say, show me yes when I ask a question. So what's going to happen is naturally this is connected to your subconscious. So your muscle memory will go in with your subconscious, will show you yes. So I'll just tell you, my yes goes horizontally. My no goes vertically. Okay. What you guys want to do, here's what's going to happen. Again, you guys are getting this. This is how I train my clients when they feel so disconnected from their intuition. This is the first way I start them. Once you start getting used to the yeses and the nos, right, you then are going to start to really hear, sense, and know when your guides are talking to you and your higher self is there. So it's going to be very clear over time. Give yourself a few months, because especially if you're coming back here and we're working on this together, hey, You're going to be you're going to be clearing out your space. My intention with this group, doesn't matter what level you on, is I'm going to help you attune to your own intuition, your own inner knowing. Okay, Luna says, my yes and my no changes every time I use one. It's weird, like I choose what the yes no is. Well, I'll say, Luna, if that works for you, go for it. You know what I mean? You can definitely, it's as long as it makes sense to you and it's putting you in the highest, clarity. That might be how your guides work with you. Now, for most people, that would be confusing. So for most people, that wouldn't serve them as much. So probably want to maybe stick with something else. Again, the intention of my live streams, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, is to connect all of you with your intuition and with your guides, and to really understand, trust, and know how to get information. Now, truthfully, behind the scenes, I work much more deeply with people over a period of time in my courses, my membership, my sessions, to really then get more down, integrate that, build more systems, and understand yourself and heal and transmute energy, develop your abilities. That happens behind the scenes, but you can get a lot from just showing up here and absolutely getting this without having to ever take one of my courses. Okay. You don't have to do that. Okay. We're going back again here. I'm learning to connect from one of my videos on YouTube, connecting with your guides. Oh, that means so much to me. Thank you for saying that. So that's why I am an educator, you guys. Sometimes TikTok and I aren't always friends. And it's not because I don't love everyone on TikTok. It's because the way I teach is long form. I'm a long form content creator. My students know that. So hi, Jay, how are you? So that's why sometimes on TikTok, I'm like, I hope I'm getting through, but you guys are staying. So that's making me happy. So anyways, because I'm an educator, you can't educate in like 2 seconds. That's just not the way it works, unless you're totally telepathic and you get the download. I'm glad. Yes. And I understand most people on these apps, most of us who are intuitive psychics are also probably have a hard time with ADD or focusing, or because that's kind of part of what happens, Let's go back to the reading. Okay, again, this is practical advice for everyday life, you guys. Word. So how are we going to get clear on our yes? We're going to start working with our intuition, our pendulum, or we're going to just ask our guides for clarity, whichever works for you. And you're going to know in your own energy field, your own body, you're going to know what your yes is, what your no is. Now, when you get into more nuanced information, where you get more information that's beyond yes and no, we will work with that as well down the road. Okay, got to start somewhere. So this is what we're going to do. Janine, oh my God, how are you? I love you. Oh my God, so good to see you. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. As we know, again, as we work on getting clear, because everyone in this live stream has to deal with conflict, energy that makes you feel conflicted. And what the power is when you learn to transmute it and check and really check in with self and understand self and spirit. That is everything. That is everything. That is a fundamental, foundational thing. That's any intuitive development, any mediumship development, any spirit communication, any deeper trance meditation work. Oh, I love you. I know, I'll pay your people. That's how we work through conflict, is when we know and like and trust ourselves and trust our intuition and our guides. Okay, so stick with me. As you do that, my friends, okay, here's what's going to happen. You're going to move into a much more aligned place. And the cards that are coming through are the star. Isn't that beautiful? The star card. This is the earthy version. If you guys like this deck, it's if you know, everybody knows this that knows me well. MJ Cullinan, who created the Crow Tarot deck, she does all her own bespoke decks, but she only sells them through her website. So you can't buy them en masse, but if you're interested, this is hers. So that's the star we have. Okay. But it's next to the 7, love her cards too, next to the 7 of Wands. What is the 7 of Wands, friends? Typically, it means self-preservation, protection, and boundaries. And the star card is a card of Aquarius energy, but it gives us the fuller perspective. It makes us lean into hope, and it makes us lead into the fact we've just been through this big journey, this whole like fool's journey to get to where we are. Okay. And so understand that you as a spiritual being on earth at this moment, you will be challenged. You will be tested by your own design. I hate to say it, but pretty much we're the ones who set it up. And we're going to be talking more about that. So make sure you check in. So many of you are, this is a longer thing. Okay, I'll try to keep it concise, but you're tested by your own, what you set up for this lifetime, right? And so what we're going to be working on is how do we maybe let go of some of the patterns which we have carried with us for not just this lifetime, but many lifetimes. And we can do this, right? We can do this. And then Chastity says, I've been past a couple of months. Yes. So this means, so again, your truest self, your truest intuition is really connecting with your intuition first, calling your guides in, keeping things simplistic on your journey, okay? Getting started and being kind to yourself is a big one, okay? Now, before I finish this live stream, and people were asking me about getting a reading, I'm going to tell you all about that, how that's going to work. It's a new day. It's a new day, but I'm going to pull a card from one of Rebecca Campbell's decks, who was one of my favorite. So let me get her. Hang on. I think I was doing the stone. No. Okay. I'll do the healing waters, if anyone knows. I just want to let you guys know I have a free workshop that you can sign up for. It is going to be Saturday, September 29th, I think. You're getting her cards today. Yay! Oh my gosh, you'll have to let us know how you like them. So I have a free workshop that will be an experience of going into the Akashic records and getting a healing. That's what we're focusing on. Those of you that know me know I teach bigger programs on working in the Akashic records, starting out for self, then being able to read for others, and then being able to do healing work. But we want to make sure you guys get comfortable and you know more about who I am as a teacher, as a mentor, you feel comfortable. And that's why I'm going to definitely set up these workshops. So that is on you can see it if you go to, yay, I know, I love my Akashic records too. Oh my God. Hang on. One of my besties is here. I'm going to have to bring her up. Hang on. Lorenda, stick around. I'm going to invite you up because I'm finishing. Make sure if you want to sign up for the free Akashic Records mentor course, Jennifer, you want to go to right here to my picture. It's on there. Okay. Before I bring Lorenda up, and then Lorenda and I are going to talk. So this is one of my best friends who I work with, who's also, you guys probably know her. She's a medium. She's a mentor. She's amazing. And we do work together. So we'll talk about what we do. So I'm going to invite her up. So I'm going to, first, I'm going to send you guys off with a card. Now, quickly, one thing before we bring Lorenda up. If you want to get a reading with me under the same pricing that I do my live readings, here's what I'm doing now. Because I'm really focused a lot on healing and education now. So if you want to book one, what you do is go to my picture or my tree of link and you purchase it. And I will record it and you put in the information of what you want me to read about. I then send it to you as a recording within 48 hours. It's the same pricing I've used always. So it's the most affordable way of getting a reading from me. If you want something more in depth, thank you so much. You can go definitely to where my picture is. Okay. But I'm trying to scale this. I'm trying to give you guys as much value as possible. But my guides are like, you have to teach. Oh my God. Mr. McKnight, you're here, Mr. Oh my God. So anyway, I'm going to because I want to bring Lorenda up and I'm going to send you guys off. Here is the message. Hi, my friend. Here's the message. So if you want to get a reading with me, my things are switching. If you want to get more of the pricing and the readings that I do, when I've gone on live stream, you can go to where my picture is or to my tree of link. I have to say it in code. Then you will be able to schedule it, put all the information in, and I will get it sent to you within 48 hours. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions about that? I record them, I give them to you. Here's the message for today. This is perfect because this is going to be what we're going to be doing in the Akashic Records. In the Akashic Records workshop, we are going to be going to the sacred waters. Okay, who has done Akashic Records work with me before and has gone to the sacred waters with me? Okay, here it is. So here's the thing, the sacred well, replenishment, self-care, giving from a place of plenty. Yay! That's what we're focusing on. Good. So if you come to that free workshop, you're going to go to the sacred waters with me. Okay. That's my gift and I love it. So that's a confirmation. And then the final one says, okay, cool. The wellspring. What are you thirsty for? Body care. Take a breath. That's the other one. Okay. All right. I'm going to invite Lorenda up, guys. You won't be able to see her on the tube of you, but I'll be talking to her. So stick around so you'll be able to hear her. Here she comes. It's my bestie. It's my bestie. OMG. Oh my God, I was missing you. Actually, I was going to call you. This is so dorky. I didn't tell you this last night, but both of us were driving our husbands to the airport. Yes. You drove, yes. And I was also forgot that I drove Fred to the airport this morning for work.
Oh, I don't drive, Matt, when it's work.
Oh, he's like, bye-bye. I'll make you a coffee, send you on your way, tap you on your head. Oh right. My God, Lorenda. Okay, so yes. You guys need to listen. I know you can't see her, but trust me, I'll put the information. I want Lorenda to talk about her upcoming, you're almost full in your trance workshop.
Was.
Okay.
But it's also a small class.
Okay.
I'm limited here.
Okay. Awesome. So some of you guys can't hear Lorenda so on the tube of you, but I'll tell you because I've got 4 people in here. So that's fine. We'll get it. Lorenda, I'll let her explain herself, is doing a 4-week class on trance mediumship. Okay. Lorenda and I are dear friends, but we're also colleagues. So we co-teach, we do readings together, we support each other. We have our own. We also do a live stream where we do channeled messages. So make sure you're following her. Okay. So I'm going to let you take over and talk about your workshop. You're welcome. Well, that's spirit.
I'm sitting here minding my business. I just finished a tarot recording. So here's the thing. This Friday, I've got 4 weeks of Friday night workshops for trance mediumship. We're going to be talking about the mechanics of trance mediumship, spirit identification, talking about our spirit guides, how we integrate all that into our work. How do we use trance for ourselves, not just for others? Talking about just the whole energy exchange in general. Of course, ethics, all the good things. So it's going to be 4 weeks of amazingness. And so Carey and I already planned this before Carey and I decided to go to this trance workshop in Camp Chesterfield. It was like
amazing. We just got back from I was just with her last week. We did a workshop.
I already had the class written out, but then I took the workshop. I'm like, oh, game on. So
clarification.
If you could not go to Camp Chesterfield, then you're going to be like getting supersized version of what we learned there. Yeah. So that'll be on Fridays from 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. It'll be this Friday. It skips a Friday, but then it's the other 3 are right in a row. So it's going to be good stuff. I'm super excited about it. Very small class. I'm limiting to 10 people, period. No more.
Tammy's in here saying hi. Everyone saying hi to you. So also Lorenda, everybody that's here, Lorenda has her own live stream. And you'll notice I do mine on Wednesdays, and Fridays. Lorenda does hers every Thursday. What time is your live stream? Eastern time.
From 10 to noon Eastern time.
10 to noon Eastern Standard Time. Lorenda does her live stream. Now, that is an incredible live stream. She has so much education, so much guidance, so much development. And then also she brings guests on and does amazing work. So you guys have education as really quality education going on many days during the week on the school, our school, well, soon to be working on it. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, so make sure you guys follow her. So tell me something. Do you mind sharing, like, what have you noticed energetically is going on in the collective, and what are your guides telling you, Lorenda, that you've noticed? What do you have to share for the people?
Legit, like, it's been chaos. Show of hands, who has had chaos by the last week? Like, my world has been chaotic, not bad chaotic. Except the last 24 hours. Not the time. Someone tried to comfort me.
I do. I was there. I was like, do you know who you're messing with? The Leo.
I was like, okay. Yes.
Let's talk about ethics, baby. Ethics in spiritual mentorship.
Yeah.
And the internet.
And by the way, yes, this is exactly how Carey and I are in person, just busting out singing.
Yeah, that's pretty much a normal thing. Remember that time we did the grease? That was funny. That was so funny. Oh my God. Bum, 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 banana, bum, bum. I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control. Oh, get it. See, Lorenda's a dance teacher, 30-something. However, how old are you? 10? You were 10. You were 2 years old when you started.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Amazing.
So anyway,
yeah.
So going back, what were we talking about? Ethics. And that person's lack thereof. But now I don't remember what we were at.
We were talking about what's going on for the collective. And I was telling everybody that whole thing about August being a month of like shit going on with the physical. And all these people, I said that about the physical, and everyone's like, yes, I twisted my ankle. I got in a car accident. You had a nail in your freaking automobile stuff in August. All that physical pentacle energy of release. And now we're moving into alignment. This is what I'm getting. The guides are like, we're moving into balance, but don't overdo it. Try and stay in balance, because you're going to be tempted to just overdo it and burnout. Try to navigate that, which we were talking about that here. So
right. Yeah. And actually, if you think about it, when the whole nail in my tire situation happened, like, my husband was like, you got to have a flatbed come and tow. And I'm like, nope, not doing it. And so I just drove around in hopes that all the things that my tire was okay, and just found some random tire place. They were lovely.
Yes.
Cost me $20 to fix my tire.
$20 to fix their tire.
And I went back and I finished class.
Yeah, you totally did. And the class that was there was when it was okay to miss part of it.
It was okay for me to miss that part because it was all about spirit connection. And I was like, oh, I got this part.
Oh, yes, you do.
I'll get my tire fixed and I'll be back for the rest.
Absolutely.
Beautifully.
Oh my God.
And yes, so I feel like this full moon, and you know me, I'm not like super into the whole, that's not my wheelhouse, but
yeah,
I could feel that chaos energy of the moon coming into its fullness.
Oh yeah.
And how many people revealed themselves, including so yesterday's situation, I was like, oh my gosh, see what that lady did to me? Like,
yeah, that was trashy.
Which was trashy and not smart. Yeah, and we're being honest.
Yeah. The internet.
Yeah. So anyway, and so she's gone, but whatever. But that was a perfect example of I had to step back myself and go, how do I manage this?
Right.
How do I present myself? Because it's a spotlight on me too. And I feel like these moments are really opportunities when other people reveal themselves for us to reflect our own reactions to their actions. 100%. It was a perfect time for, again, going back to the tire example, I could have freaked out with my husband and had my car towed, had to get an Uber back for the hour home. And so many things could have happened, but I was like, or not. I could just do what I want. And that worked
Yes. And you know what I love about that response. So I'll tie it back into what we were, and I know you're right there with us. So we were talking about in this live stream, because my objective with these live streams is to like tap into what's going on, connect with my guides, and understand how I can serve this group collectively and develop their connection and their ways of healing, transmuting, connecting with their intuition. That's my goal, right? So when we were talking about that, we're talking about, and then we did the cards at the end. We have the challenge of 2 of Pentacles in reverse and the 5 of Swords, because you're gonna, like you're gonna have people coming for you. It may be internal or external, but how are you going to work with it?
How do you react?
Give me 5. What about?
Let me get that.
You do your thing. So, oh my God. While you're doing that, I'm going to promote our a week from Sunday. But no one was coming for anyone. Oh yeah, no. So we're saying with the 5 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles reverse, this is sort of the advice for the week. It's saying you might find those. Yes, she sure did. So anyway, I'm getting distracted. So anyway, so we're talking about transmuting challenging energy. And that's really what Lorenda and I are mentioning. And that comes for us. It comes for us in our personal life. It comes for us through social media. It comes for us internally, right? Squirrel, exactly. So that's the wisdom for today. And this week is to how can you transmute those challenging situations so you stay grounded, right?
You do. You stay grounded, especially when you got the needle.
Yeah, you have the needle. Exactly.
Right.
So
I feel like this person in your is defending that person.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So I was like, yeah.
3 videos in. Yeah.
Yeah. We're kind of.
So she was trying.
Mm-hmm.
So the card that I pulled for this energy that we're talking about, shocker. You're going to be shocked. You ready?
Yeah.
Fire dragon.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Burns at the lower energies around you. Can't make this up.
You can't make it.
You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway, which is exactly what you do. Like when things come at us, they're going to. That's what life is, right? Things come at us, and the lesson is how we respond. How do we grow from it? How do we even hold space and have grace for people who don't necessarily deserve it?
Yeah.
And let them do their thing over there while we continue to learn over here.
Okay. So hi, Kayla. I'm going to just address this. And I'm glad you're here in the comments. Kayla, it's nice to speak to you. I'll tell this one. So thank you for coming in. So here's what we're referencing here, Kayla, is just to let you know. So my biggest thing is when it comes to internet conversations and anytime anyone posts anything, and especially when we're mentors, I think we all have our opinions and we all have what we find important. And I just want to reference, like, I respect what you're saying and I respect this whole thing, but Lorenda was also giving another perspective from a business perspective. And what she was met with was, instead of having a conversation between the two of them, she sort of made Lorenda's videos into like fodder and kind of not being a really clear and having integrity. So in fact, trying to make Lorenda into something she wasn't. And we have to understand, when we're on the internet, there's so much room for miscommunication and for a disalignment. And we're all trying to do our best here. But and in any way, if you notice, every word Lorenda said was never about anything to do with just trying to be clear, to give another perspective. She's a business professional, and she also has been in business for over 30 years herself. So, and she mentors people. So we understand that we're not coming for anybody. And, you know, we're glad we're here. We're not in a fight with anyone. You know, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to this is very destabilizing when people throw stuff at each other, and that's not the intention. So,
but Kayla, she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
She did not.
Right.
she kept coming for me.
And she kind of made fun of Lorenda. So that's where we lost integrity. That's where we went.
She posted 3 videos.
Other videos and kind of making fun of her. So that's where you lose integrity. If you're making a point about safety, you lose integrity when you're not just like saying, hey, Lorenda, here's my opinion. What's your opinion? And then what do you think? Instead, we use that to like then become popular on the internet. That's the choice we've made. So if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Right. And we don't want to make this conversation about that, Kayla. I'm sure you're like, I respect that she's someone you care about. We get that. We're not even going down that. We're not even talking about that. She never did. Didn't even know her. Yeah. She's mainly saying she's looking at it from a business perspective. Lorenda is like also a multiple business. And she made a very, very good point. So anyway, but thank you for also trying to be civil when you're talking. I appreciate you.
Yes.
You did amazing. Thank you for being so clear.
Yes.
Thank you.
What? I just was like blowing up my phone right
now. Yeah. So this is like, here's the thing. It is, most of you guys, and this is everybody, Kayla too, definitely. Lorenda, yes, he's like, where's your crown? Here's the thing. I think this is perfect. There's no reason to be, no one's being hateful. I think you're pretty clear that we're not being hateful. I think that's pretty relevant, and no one's hateful here. Well, that's never been done.
I was not hateful.
Yeah. Okay, good. No, I'm not saying that. You said, yeah. I get you, Kayla. I'm glad you are definitely welcome here. And see, I appreciate you you're using like amazing communication and being open and sharing. And I love that. I mean, I do. You're totally welcome here. And I want you to feel comfortable coming into this space. And really, at the end of the day, Lorenda and I were educators, and we know the toxicity of this app. We have had many things happen to both of us from other people that we have learned to like, we know who the real, we watch what, we know what the hell we're doing. Let's put it that way. But thank you for being here. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And again, I appreciate the civil conversation.
Yeah, we love that. And that's what you were doing, to be fair.
That's what I was doing.
You were doing that. You're like, we have to really understand from like you, I'm going to say this in a way that's not, it's meant to give education. Yes. Lorenda and her husband both deal specifically. We won't go too much into personal stuff. Her husband is a tax attorney. Do we need, like, we understand businesses. We understand what it's like when you're starting up. We understand the difference between an LLC, a sole proprietorship. And then when you're starting out, that does not make a legitimate reader, just to be clear. What should be, there's other ways to get ethics, right? And then she sort of made fun of Lorenda, which, she was straight up making fun of me. She made fun of you and said you were getting bent out of shape. I was like, do you know, my friend? Because you don't know, you don't want to see her bent out of shape. And that definitely.
There are people in this room that will be like, Lorenda bent out of shape. Ooh.
Yeah. So anyway, but we moved on from that conversation.
She had never been on my radar in all the years I've done this. I've never seen her.
Yeah. But we get it. Like, we understand. It gets thicker. Yeah. And we don't, and that's not our jam. Lorenda and I we just kind of steer clear of all that stuff.
We do, because we're all about, like, it's more fun to engage in, ethics. We love having ethics conversations.
Yes, you're right.
Love having.
But Kayla, that's all Lorenda's conversation talks about scamming. This is what she's saying.
That's what and also, this is my platform. This is what I preach, is ethics and understanding that the words I thought I handled it quite well. And now we just block and move on. Like, I don't have to engage in that energy. I don't need her people like saying hateful things because she's encouraging that.
Yeah, and I think she
can have her people, I have my people, and it's okay. Like, we can be have different opinions. I just told you this last night, didn't I? I was like, actually, for a hot second, I was like, ooh, she's really into ethics. I should have her on my show.
Yeah, that's actually Lorenda was before that all went south. Yeah, because she is about ethics. That's actually,
And then she posted 3 videos.
And then she went off of her ethics. And
she went off. She crossed the ethics.
Yeah, come on. It's like, but sometimes that's people's shtick. They like to though. I'm going to say ethics, but I don't really want to have a conversation about true discord because I still want to be right.
Right. So
Yeah.
I just moved on.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
I hear you, Kayla. We hear you, and thank you, and I appreciate you. Yeah, and we're not here because I think I've watched Jilly, like she has been on my radar, and I know she's a little bit spicy. I don't have a problem with that. Like in some ways, I mean, I've seen she's done some really funny things with people that are super Christian. This girl's spicy.
What spicy?
I mean, have you met her? I think you're both probably fire signs. I think there was just a misunderstanding, really, truly. But then it's also, how do you handle it after you do that? How do you handle it? And that's where she got sucker punched. Yeah, she sucker.
What's done is done. I'm moving on. But going back to what we were talking about, how we got on that topic, is that full moon energy does tend to,
and it's in Pisces. Hello, everything in Pisces can be murky. I mean, it's illuminating. It's illuminating spice. But Pisces is, I don't know how you feel because I'm feeling your feelings, basically. I mean, come on. Spicy. Yeah. Thank you also, Kayla, for like tapping the screen. You know, you're handling it better. You're a Pisces. My husband's a Pisces. So anyway, you explain that really beautifully, Lorinda.
Thank you.
I love you. And of course, you know.
Yeah, so anyway,
wait, let's talk about the channeling experiment too. We got to talk
about what's happening on Sunday.
Yes. This Sunday, you say it,
I'll dance.
Okay, because I have a few people here on the tube of you. You do the wave. I can't even do it because I have my exactly. She is an awesome person. Spooky the Scottish Ghost. She is an awesome person. So Lorinda and I, here's what I want to say. We do this do we do this on TikTok? I don't even know if we do when we channel. We don't. Okay. So, and we'll give you guys the calendar because we've both been busy, but this Sunday night, Lorinda and I, it's my time I have to get what time is it?
I'm looking right now.
I know.
I think hold on, let me look. It is 8:00 Eastern time.
Okay.
So 5:00 your time.
5:00 Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for the follow, Gretchen. And 8 p.m. Eastern time. Lorinda, Carr, and I, and we only do this on the tube of you, and you'll understand why. Okay. So that means if you could be so kind, if you're interested in this content, Rose is here. You can look for both of us on the tube of you on both of ours, which you can find right here if you go to our pictures. If you're here already, and please make sure you sub. Damn it. Subscribe, sub.
We're speaking pig Latin.
We're speaking Got it. Okay, so Lorinda and I are both trance mediums, also known as trance channels to many of you. And what we do twice a month is we go live and we do trance mediumship. And we never know what's going to happen. So both of us do it. So that means we channel different guides, deities, saints, angels, goddesses. Who else have we done? Whoever, God.
I feel like we're going to end up getting a loved one at some point.
Yeah, we're going to get a loved one, probably. And we'll probably get someone's guide.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We've done
the first time I ever did that, by the way, was when you were there on Monday. I had never done that in public in front of other people other than like a class of like 5.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. So make sure you guys sign up for notifications. That's on the tube of you because there's reasons we do it there specifically. I can't remember why, but there's a reason. Anyway, and it's good formatting. It's either to do it on the tube of you. So anyway, it is pretty amazing. I have to say when we do it together, and it's just been wonderful for us, wonderful for the community. And we're bringing forth a lot of wisdom, information, and just channeled messages, guidance for the collective, your ascension path, your healing path, your manifestation path, your growth path. What else?
All of it.
All of those things.
All paths.
Yeah, we've had some amazing experiences already. Well, even this is just, we've done it 3 times and oh my God, you channeled an indigenous woman, which was amazing.
Because that's part of the process. Like,
you don't know who it is.
I need to go back and watch that. Because I remember her having really good advice on how we could do better, or how we can, was it like take control of our own situation?
Yeah, that was amazing. It's all, also, we both have those recordings if you want to watch them on the 2 of you. That's why we have it there, because it has these.
So people can go back and watch it.
Yeah, right. That was the Lakota medicine woman. Thank you, Ladora. And then we also, you channeled a few saints. And then I don't know. Okay, I channeled one of my guides. I channeled my guide who is and she's a star being.
She was awesome.
She was amazing. She's amazing. Yeah, she's amazing. She talked about the vibration of water, and we had a whole thing with water, didn't we, in that? I can't remember.
And what was cool was so this is why we do this together too, because
we have no idea what
my eyes are open when she's channeling, right? So I keep the conversation going. The more conversation when a person's in trance, the more conversation externally that's happening with another person, the more the conversation continues and expands. And then Carey or myself, whoever's in channeling, our conscious mind can step way, way, way back, right?
Exactly.
And then those deities, the spirits, whoever's coming through will deliver these messages. And but also we can have the conversation. And what's funny is that Carey had no idea that I had been studying water alchemy, and like she had no idea. So her person comes in, or her deity comes in, and starts talking about it, and I'm able to have an educated conversation based on the studies that I have seen and that I have done, and the experiments I have done. So, and I was able to ask her all these questions, and she answered them. And Carey's like,
"What did I say?" Yeah, right. So it was interesting because I have gotten, and this is what's great about when someone else is holding the space for you and being the battery, so they can help you with your channel. Because because she is my guide, so she has told me telepathically in meditation some of these points. But when you bring it through the voice and the body, it's very impactful. And you can imagine it's a transmission for everyone who picks up on it, because then they're tuning into the frequency of that information, which is amazing. And and she's literally also, this is going to blow your mind. She's in a future timeline, but she's connected to now. This is this is my alchemist guy. So but also we had sometimes, usually we channel goddesses. We channeled Ra. I channeled Ra and Odin, which is like amazing.
I'm bringing in Catholic saints.
Yeah, you're bringing in saints, but those saints are amazing proxies because they're so connected to the earth plane and the divine, and they're here to serve humanity. They're not just they're not here for just the Catholics. FYI.
No, they are not. They are not. It was cool. Is it just a collective channeling, or are you also individual reading channels? So Raven, excellent question. Right now, it's literally an experiment. So we honor whatever spirit comes in.
Yeah.
And we truly have no idea until it's happening.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we get on the Google machine later and go,
like, what was that?
Is that an actual person? And start looking it up.
Yeah.
We have no idea who's coming through.
Yeah.
We truly wanted to do it as an experiment, because even as practitioners, I think a good practitioner has self-doubt.
Yeah.
Not in a negative ego way, but in a way of discernment. Yeah. And so if I got somebody stepping in, because spirit identification is very important, I require every spirit that comes in to identify themselves.
Yeah.
To myself ahead of time, or to the collective people watching. I want to know later, were they even real? Are they even a real thing? And if I can't if I'm Googling and I'm not seeing anything, I'm gonna be like, well, they were somebody. But
they were something. The other day when I was doing my live stream, I channeled was it Friday? It was Friday. I channel, because, you know, in my Goddess Rising membership this month, I think I've told you this, every month we connect with a different goddess, and it's connected in with seasons and healing and transformation and manifestation. But in this month, tonight, if you're in my Goddess Rising membership, tonight's our meeting. We are connecting with a plant ally, which is a plant, you know, and their plants have consciousness. They are animated, so they can connect with you. They can be like a guide for you. And many people work with them, especially people that are more into earth-based spiritual practices. So this time I channeled an elemental guide instead, because every Friday I connect with a goddess. But this week it was a guide. Actually, she was a crystal elemental spirit. Her name was Ruby, and she's very much came in almost like a butterfly. And then she's all about connecting with the heart chakra and then vibration and healing. And that's because she tied it in. That's when I think spirit is organizing our schedules.
Yeah.
Because they like you and I just show up, but they have the framework of like the timing, who needs to hear it, what's going on with the classes we're teaching, etc.
Who's in the room? Yeah.
Who's in the room? Right. Yeah.
And that's part of us in our growth and our development, trusting.
Yeah.
Trusting the spirit's putting it in. So if something happens that we can't do that live that night, neither one of us are like, it's like, well, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
We're just not supposed to.
Right. Yeah.
Or, you know, however that plays out, you know, but just learning to trust and learning to, I trust my spirit team. You trust your spirit team. So we trust who's coming in also. That's huge. That especially if you're going to do a live demonstration in front of people, you have to trust that your spirit guides have your back.
Right.
That they're not going to bring through some Joe Schmo that's not welcome or that doesn't land with anybody. And
right.
You just have to trust that it's gonna work.
100%.
Remember that time I channeled an owl?
Yes, the owl. That was so awesome.
And you brought that up.
I love that so much. That was so special. That was amazing.
Wild.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
I felt my body doing weird things. I'm like,
I know. You're like, I'm going with it. And that's the whole thing, is not judging what's coming through.
You just go. You just let it happen.
You gotta let it go.
Yeah, you trust that your guide or your guides have you.
Right. 100%.
That they're going to keep you safe. Yep. That they're going to bring through information that someone there needs to hear. We don't do it for Dog and Pony Show. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
We don't do channeling just for Dog and Pony Show. We do it to give spirit a voice. If spirit needs us to be sharing a message, that's what we're doing. We're going to do it in the most ethical way we possibly can. My team has my back. Your team has your back. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Yes, I know, Amy. It was wild.
It was so really amazing. Wild. Yeah, that was a gorgeous thing. Oh, well, this has been a wonderful experience. Thank you for coming on. This was the first week. I went live on Friday too, as you know, and I think Wednesday I did. So this is the first week of me doing my new schedule. Yeah, I'm very excited. It was really great. We did a little healing. We talked a little bit about intuitive development and all those good things. So anyway, I will be back here Wednesday at the same time, everybody. This is 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Lorenda goes live on hers on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Perfect time if you're getting ready to go to work or if you're at home or just hanging out. And your class starts. And then
my all-level spiritual development on Wednesday.
Yes, you do. Amazing. The other thing I did want to say as we're finishing is my membership, Goddess Rising, is also always open if you want to come and check it out. All the info is on where my picture is. Like, let me talk in code about that. And if you want to talk to Lorenda, yeah, TikTok definitely has its restrictions when it comes to live streaming. I haven't gotten any red flags though in a while, so that's really nice. I think I must be doing. You
must be doing all the things.
I'm basically staying out of trouble, which is not easy for me. Yeah, anytime, Raven. So yeah, let me tell you about the membership really quickly, if you don't mind. But so I have a membership called Goddess Rising, and the whole idea of this is it's based on this framework. If you're a person who is sort of awakening to wanting to create a spiritual practice that's probably more earth-based, that feels a little bit more like the sacred feminine. And so there is education every month regarding that, and there's a theme. And we do work with a different goddess or spirit every month, and it's mainly meant for growth, development, healing, transformation. Now, within that, there's 2 levels, and we do a live. You're guaranteeing a live at the lowest tier once a month, which is tonight. But then I also have added on another tier, which is called the circle tier. And that is where we have 2 nights per month of divination, development, spiritual, you're working on your spiritual abilities. And those are going to be on Wednesday nights. So that's how it's going. That's the whole thing. So I would definitely recommend it. You can join anytime. You can take a pause at any time. It's always available. And all the info you can find if you go to my picture. And it will give you all the info. And then I reach out to you and welcome you in. I mean, I love it. I've been doing it for 3 years. Yes. And I love, and then when we always meet, we meet the first Monday of every month for that one live. And then we meet the last 2 Wednesdays of every month at my same time is always 5 p.m. Pacific. So, and then everything's recorded. So if you can't make it, I'm teaching a little bit of tarot right now in that. And then we do practice with development. So people do readings. I know. I also have a lot of education, which is already their mini courses put into the membership because I have a platform. So it's good. I really like it. So thank you for the follow, Chelsea. So yes, that's
Yeah,
what
10 out of 10. Highly recommend.
Oh, and you too. Thank you so much. Thanks, Ladora, for the gift. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, so you're gonna have a wonderful day. I'm gonna have a wonderful day. We hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you for jumping on with me. That was so much fun.
Literally in between, I just finished a 12-month tarot recording. I'm going to do an MDH.
I'm excited. Amazing.
So got a client thing to do, and then I'm going to go teach all night.
All right. Well, listen, I'll be thinking about you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Take care. See you later. Bye. Goodbye, everybody on the tube of you. Thank you guys so much. I apologize that I was halfway here and halfway with Lorenda. If I ever have guests on, typically I like to have them co-share the live stream. But I just want to remind everybody again, if you're here joining me for the first time, welcome. I will be doing live streaming every Monday and Wednesday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Friday night is my bigger live at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we do a lot of things. We do channeled messages, we do healing, we do mediumship. We work with the goddesses. We do Akashic Records reading, a lot of good stuff. So I want to thank you guys for being here. It was so much fun. I hope this was the first of many. Let me know and make sure you guys, again, subscribe, you like this. And then also make sure you watch one video all the way through of mine and like it and comment. That would help me so much. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.